Hey everybody, it's me from Talking Draft, and today is Taco Tuesday, which means that you get to watch me live do a talking draft of a completely improvised scene based on a completely random story prompt while eating a taco. So, let's talk about it. Okay, now that I've had my Taco Tuesday taco, I'm going to do a Taco Tuesday talking draft. And you're going to watch me totally improvise a talking draft of a scene based on a completely random story prompt generated by AI. So the first thing you do on any day, but Taco Tuesdays especially, is you go to talkingdraft.com and you sign up and you log in. Meanwhile, I'm going to run over here into my Talking Draft Discord and talk to the writer bot and have it generate for me a story prompt. Just one of them. Today's Talking Draft story is going to be about this. Your villain has to go to therapy to discuss their issues. Write about what transpires during the session. Awesome. Now, I'm going to head back to Talking Draft, and I'm going to start my story. I think it's going to be about the Sheriff of Nottingham. Yeah, I watched Robin Hood recently. Now, I will do a Aristotelian story. Very basic little movie, 90 minutes. Click Create Story. Now, Talking Draft is going to help you make your outline. And with Talking Draft, the way the outliner works is you define the big sections of your story. Big picture view, 10,000 foot view, generally what happens. And then you drill in and you list the scenes and describe them. And then when you're ready, you begin to do your talking draft of your dialogue and your actions. Now, I imagine that this scene here is a therapy session, so it's going to be halfway in the story. The sheriff begins therapy. I don't know what happened before, I don't know what happens after, but at this moment, for the sake of the log line generated by AI, I'm going to add a scene to this section. Now, if the therapy session is in a gymnasium, that's funny. It's like a group meeting. Just remind myself again. Has to go to therapy. Yeah, what transpires during the session. Great. So the sheriff talks with the therapist who's Dr. Pants. I don't know. And when I'm ready, which I'm not, to begin fleshing out this scene, what to talk about, you just simply click this little microphone button and it launches your transcriber. The transcriber here looks like this number pad because those numbers 1 through 9 actually correspond to the numbers 1 through 9. They are your speaking characters. And the button 0, that's an action line or a stage direction. So these characters have names. I click on a button and I name my buttons. We got this guy, he is the Sheriff of Nottingham. And I've already decided apparently that the therapist's name is Dr. Pants. Why not? There's somebody else in the session who's named Tweeb. Who knows? I'm going to do a funny guy here whose name is going to be Little John. Okay, now, when you click transcribe, which is this record button, automatically action will be first because you have to set your scene first. And then when the various characters begin to have a conversation, how are you? Not bad. You? You simply press the button or click the button to delineate who says what when. Watch my fingers. I'll show you how. And action. The gymnasium is empty and quiet. There are 5 chairs in a circle, a few empties. Dr. Pants tries to quiet the room. by coughing a few times, but Little John and Tweeb are whispering. Excuse me. What? Sorry. Yes. What? Did you need something? Yes, I was hoping we could begin. Can we begin? Dr. Pants claps a few times. Sheriff wakes up. Hello? What? You haven't yet gone today. Sheriff, would you like to talk? Not particularly. You don't have to, but I was wondering how you felt about what Little John said about feeling insecure. I didn't hear. You're insecure? Yeah, very. But you're enormous. What we discussed, Sheriff, is that sometimes the way you feel is hiding behind all of this armor you wear. What armor? These are gold chains. This is gold that I have earned. I am the Sheriff of Nottingham. Maybe that's gold you took from people. That's neither here nor there. Is there coffee? Later. First, let's talk about your feelings. Well, what if I wanted to arrest you? You could do that if you wanted, and I would ask you what you're hiding. Pause. Now, you could do this scene by scene if you've already made your outline, skipping to the next scene with these buttons here, or if you're like me, making it up as you go along, you can simply click this button here and add a scene. Now, what I'm going to do is show you how easy it is to export this file. You click on the name of your story, and then you click on Export Story. Now, what it'll do is it's going to spit out the small text file that you can import into any writing software. There's a help page on talkingdraft.com that has step-by-step instructions for how to import this into everything from Fade In to Trelby and Highland. I'm going to open it up in Final Draft, which is very simple. It throws up this little pop-up, and you tell it that this is a script. And then it takes a few seconds before Final Draft will parse that document into proper script format, which looks like this. Here you have the action lines and dialogue lines perfectly formatted. 2-page scene, and it took me exactly as long to create as it took me to think up the scene. That is the heart of the talking draft method, getting your first draft done fast.